Okay, so what is your name? Where are you from?
Multifunction. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Awesome. And can you explain to me, like I'm a 5-year-old, what we're doing?
So we are hiking the Appalachian Trail and doing a whole lot more than just hiking. You know, it's a lot of this kind of stuff. It's a lot of the community and just having really cool experiences. Basically, is what it works out to.
Okay, awesome. And so what is the significance of this trail to you?
So my family, we used to go to Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, and I learned about the Appalachian Trail when I was 8 because we were below the trail. We had to cross the trail to get to the lodge, and my father told me, he's like, if you go that way, you go to Maine. You go the other way, you go to Georgia, and that's the first time I remember hearing about it. And you know, I've been an outdoorsman my whole life. I worked in Alaska. I was a fly fishing guide for 16 years. I've always been outside and enjoyed this kind of stuff, but I never really backpacked for more than 2 weeks. And I got I had an addiction problem. I was a really bad alcoholic for a long time, a heavy drinker for a number of years, and then for about a decade it was debilitating alcoholism. And I got in a recovery program, and I've been sober almost 2 years now. Hopefully, I'm actually going to hit 2 years on the trail. And 2 years ago today, which would be 1 year, 10 months, and 13 days, I wouldn't have been able to be here, like physically, emotionally, mentally, financially. So it's a huge motivating factor for me to be able to be out here and experience nature and the camaraderie, and it's just great. Every day is fantastic, and like I said, getting sober is what has allowed me to do this, and yeah, it's a great experience.
Awesome. So not only is this a like a dream of yours that is, you know, that started when you were 8, or an idea that was then, you know, implanted in your in your brain, but it's also something that you, until relatively recently, you might not have been able to complete.
Yeah, no, I mean, for a long time I was not able to do this. Partially it was work, and then said the alcoholism and the addiction turned my life over, and I was just, that was it. That was what I existed to do. And now I have the opportunity to experience this stuff, and I remind myself every day that the only reason why I'm here is because I stopped drinking. So
how much were you drinking every day?
I was drinking a lot. A water glass of vodka with orange juice to color to start my day, and it could be up to 2/5 a day for almost a decade. So it was a lot, and the fact that I got out when I did, kind of saw the writing on the wall. Unfortunately, I haven't had any lasting damage or anything like that, so consider myself very lucky, and I haven't alienated all of my family, you know, all my friends, and this has actually been great because it's bringing my family together, and it's bringing my friends that I haven't talked to in 15 years, that I knew from Alaska, I knew from the West Coast, I knew from Chile and Japan, that I lost contact with because they didn't want anything to do with me. You know, they kind of cut me off. But through Facebook and some other stuff, I've been posting pictures and everything like that, and I've got a pretty big cheering committee back home, so they're all really excited. And I said, I'm talking to people now that I haven't talked to in 15 years.
Wow!
You know, so it's just kind of cool that everyone's like living vicariously through me, and the guys at home that support me and stuff like that. You know, they're following me along on the Far Out app and on Facebook, and it's really neat to be able to share that stuff with them. And I wish I could share more. I wish I could, you know, show them where we are and what we're doing. And I, you know, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I get to hike today.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. For most people, this they get to build community on the trail, but then you're also building a lot of community off trail.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. Like I said, I never knew that I'm doing things that people like wish they could do, and I keep telling them, like, you can do this, you know, and it's a big motivating factor for me. So what if I go back and I moderate a treatment group at a treatment center once a week, and if I can go back and show these guys that are struggling, I'm like, hey, you get sober and stop drinking, and there's a better way to live. I mean, there's a better way to, you don't have to live that way anymore. You know, you just don't have to. You know, there's things to do, there's people to see, there's things to experience, and And that's really one of the best parts about this for me.
So feel free to decline to answer this question, but I wonder, why did drinking become a problem for you? Was it just a habit?
I drank too much too often for too long. And it got from a comfort, a comfort blanket to I had to do it. I was emotionally addicted. I was physically addicted. I was mentally addicted. The compulsion was there, and through a lot of hard work, the compulsion's been lifted for me. I spend a lot of time on trail. There's a lot of stuff going on, and there's marijuana available. There's alcohol all over the place, and I've never found it necessary that I needed to do that, because I know where that road leads. I know that I might be okay if I have a little bit today, and then the next day, and then the next day, and the next day. But I know what the end game for me that end game is not it's a very dark, deep place, and I got out of it. So and that's what's allowed me to be here. So that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, totally. So it's not like I'm sure this is how it is for a lot of people, or maybe most people. It's not like some bad thing happened one day and you just started drinking. It's like
it's a progression. That's something that I didn't start out. I didn't think, oh, hey, I'm going to be an alcoholic when I grow up, or my family and stuff like that. And if you're not addicted, if you're not an alcoholic or a drug addict, it's very hard to see from that perspective. And when you're in the throes of addiction, it's very hard to see that there's a way out. That there's a way away from that you don't have to live that way. And, I didn't live that way for a long time, and I experienced the outdoors in Alaska and Montana and the Bahamas and around Cleveland. And I got away from it. I did that got to be something that I didn't do anymore, because I didn't have time for it, because all I was doing was drinking. And, once I realized that I can do this and I can get out of this, I'm going to have more opportunities, and this is one of the main opportunities that I've been able to do, and it opens up a lot of opportunity for other stuff too. So it's kind of like the world's the limit. When you're not restricted by your addiction or your drinking, there's just a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff that I was missing, and a lot of cool stuff that yet to come, hopefully.
So would you say this is almost like a celebration?
I wouldn't say that. I would say more of a back in the saddle.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I did a lot of this stuff in my 20s and early 30s, and before it really took over, and just kind of back in the saddle, and doing the things that I love. That was the main thing that addiction took away from me, because I wasn't doing the things that I loved anymore. Because it wasn't a priority. Now this kind of stuff is a priority. Talking to people, doing stuff like this, and that's basically what it is. So I guess a little bit of a celebration. I still have my I'm carrying my 1 year coin with me, and hopefully in about a month and a half I actually will have my 2 year. So that'd be exciting.
Awesome, cool. So do you have a good memory from the trail so far?
I do, yeah. I've been keeping a journal and annotating my pictures and stuff like that. So I'm going to put everything together. We're going to have a big party when I get back, hopefully after I get through Maine.
Yeah.
But we're going to have a big party and a bunch of slideshows, and I was just thinking about it, stuff to show people, because everyone has questions, and everyone is curious and wants to learn about it. You can only do so much through pictures, and you really got to be able to explain it to people. So it's really exciting to me how much it's brought everybody together. But I don't know why it took me for hiking 2,197.4 miles for everything to happen, but that was kind of an addition to me not drinking and being an addict anymore.
There's a quote from The Alchemist that I really like. It goes something like, "If you follow your heart, the world conspires to assist you."
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that people are sending donations and sending me food and sending beef jerky and stuff like that. Send more jerky. But yeah, no, it's cool how not everybody can do this, and that's why I'm grateful to be able to be here. Is that they say half the difficulty of doing the Appalachian Trail is getting there. 'Cause I don't have, I'm not married, I don't have kids, I don't have a house anymore. and I have this opportunity. A lot of people don't because they are at the career and they have kids and stuff like that. So they're kind of living vicariously through me. So I'm trying to remember stuff. So when they ask me questions, I can show them, and I can just be like, oh, I don't know, I was just hiking in the woods, because it's just so much more than just hiking. And hiking in the woods and being around other cool people and stuff like that. So yeah.
Totally. Do you care to share just like one memory of a place that you liked, somebody you met, an experience you had, something like that? Is there anything that comes to mind?
It was really cool seeing, because I was following a lot of stuff and reading. I read a bunch of books and a bunch of websites and stuff like that. It's really awesome to see places that I've only seen in pictures. You know, like going up to Klingman's Dome, or seeing the ponies in Grayson Highlands. You know, that kind of thing. Like, you only read about it and you see about it. You see really nice pictures, but seeing the pictures and being there is totally different, obviously. I mean, it doesn't do it justice, which makes me think about all the other pictures that I've seen of Pacific Crest Trail or Yosemite or other places in Alaska that I haven't been, that the pictures are amazing. And it's like, man, if the pictures are amazing, what's it like going to be there? So, you know, me not drinking and getting sober is giving me more opportunities. And sometimes my head spins thinking about, like, okay, what am I going to do next? And I have to remind myself, okay, one trail at a time. Just worry about what you're doing today. Try to stay dry. We got a little wet today, but that's okay. But yeah, no, it's exciting to be excited again. It's excited to have something to look forward to, and not just the darkness of addiction and not knowing where to go. You know, now it's like I have to, like, slow down, you know, and really think about, like, okay, just do this first, and then, you know, worry about what's going on next. But part of this too, with this community, I met a lot of people that have done other trails that I like to do, and from other areas of the country that hopefully I can draw on for resources, and at least just pick their brain to see, like, you know, where the next adventure is going to be, you know. So that's kind of cool.
Absolutely, and that's how you know you're a true adventurer, when you're thinking about the next trip while you're still on the current trip.
Yeah, or how I would do things differently if I started. You know, it's like, maybe I'll do the AT again. How would I do it differently? You know, because I hike by myself mostly during the day, which I enjoy. But your mind goes in weird spots, and it's like, what would I do differently? Because if somebody asks me, I want to hike the Appalachian Trail next year, what should I do? And I want to remember that stuff. You know, I want to remember, like, okay, this is what I would do differently, and I'm only 550 or 40 miles in right now. But, like, I want to remember what it's like to, like, okay, look, it's going to rain, you're going to get wet, you're going to get cold, there's going to be bugs, like, expect it, that's fine, it's not a big deal, it's not a reason to quit. You're going to be cold, you're going to be wet, thirsty, hungry, but there's so much other stuff that supersedes that just overweighs that. You know, seeing the cool sights and seeing all the terrain and stuff like that is definitely one of the benefits of doing this kind of thing and being out here. And this is my job right now, so it's pretty cool.
Totally. Okay, I want to ask two more questions. Sure. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question, to those people who might be doing it and care to hear some advice or some thoughts from your experience, why do you think those people or anyone should come out and do the AT or a different trail like it?
I think that a lot of this stuff is that people say, I would like to do that sometime. You know, if you want to have a project, or if you want to hike a trail or go to a different state or check out a different country or anything like that, you know, they say the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, right? The second best time to plant a tree is today. Like, don't wait till tomorrow to plan this stuff. Think about it now. Game plan stuff now. Think about what would you have to do to get on the trail, to get to the new state, to the new park, to something like that. Because so many people that I know, like, they want to do it in the future. Like, oh yeah, I want to do that sometime. It's like, well, you don't know how much time you have. You don't know, and it's like, do it now. I'm physically able, you know, I'm not in a wheelchair or anything like that, thank God. And that's the biggest thing, is just do it now. Just plan now, do it now, and then work out the details later. And there's something to be said for not having a plan. Like, I wanted to plan this thing to death, and I wanted to have spreadsheets and stuff like that. But sometimes just, like, seeing what happens, you know, and just going with the flow, and sometimes things go your way and sometimes they don't, and that's okay. But it seems to me on this trail, a lot of times things go your way more often than they don't.
It certainly feels that way.
They say the trail provides, you know. It's like you're looking for stuff, and you know, one of the biggest things is that there's resources for everything. There's resources for addiction. There's resources for alcoholism. There's resources for if you want to hike the Appalachian Trail or you want to go to a new country or something like that. And reaching out and asking other people and that can help is definitely the best way to go about it.
Totally. And it really is true that for most people, I think it's less of a question of, you know, if they should do it, but when can they do it?
Yeah, and it's part of the thing with the trail is why I think there's so many people are appreciative, and there's so much gratitude on the trail. Not only from people on the trail, but people that have done the trail and they come back and they do trail magic and they help out with other people because someone helped them, you know. And that's where a lot of the program that I'm in too is that I'm helping other people because other people helped me, and that's kind of like, you know, handing it down, and it's just better for everybody all the way around. And yeah, I mean that's one of the best parts.
Right, and that's on the addiction where you moderate.
Both sides, yeah,
and then
both ways. I mean, with the trail, people coming back and helping out other people, you know, the guys that are on the trail like us right now, and same thing with addiction. It's like someone was there to help me, so I need to be there to help somebody else. So I'm hoping that this trip for me is an inspiration to somebody saying, hey, he did that, you know. I can do that, and that's one of my main motivations for sure.
Absolutely. Well, those friends who are following you on Facebook, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them says, we're saying right now, man, I wish I was on that trail.
Oh yeah, no, they tell it to me. They send me messages all the time. They go, man, we're living through you. Keep sending the pictures. I got to take more pictures. It's like, I don't know. I can only take so many pictures of shelters and stuff like that, but yeah, no, it's cool. Having the support both on and off the trail has definitely made this a lot more enjoyable for me.
Absolutely. Okay, the final question. It's hefty. It's a hefty question.
Cool.
What do you think, and this is just you, your opinion, what do you think the meaning of life is?
I think the meaning of life is to help other people. I mean, that's the biggest thing, because like if I can help two people and those two people can help two people, and I mean it's a compound effect, right? And then it makes everybody's life better. And I mean, life is hard as it is, you know. There's no reason to be an asshole, you know. And there really isn't. I mean, life's short, and you know, just even a little bit of kindness definitely goes a long way.
Absolutely, yeah. Love others and help the community.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome.
Awesome.
Multifunction, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck on the trip.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Okay.